During World War II, the British constructed a series of armed towers at the mouth of the Thames and Mersey Rivers to defend against the German army. They were designed by a man named Maunsell, so these structures were named Maunsell Armed Towers, or Maunsell Fortresses. The importance of London to the UK during World War II is self-evident. A large number of anti-aircraft guns were concentrated to defend it, but these anti-aircraft positions were all built on land. The German Air Force quickly discovered that they could fly along the Thames and thus avoid the ground-based anti-aircraft firepower of the British Army. Moreover, the German forces could also carry naval mines to block the waterways and attack the canals of London. On the other hand, the British found it somewhat difficult to deal with this change in the German forces. The quickest way to establish an anti-aircraft position at the mouth of the canal was to send a few anti-aircraft warships over, but this method would block the waterway, affect the navigation of merchant ships, and once the Germans launched an attack on the warships, these ships would not be easy to evade in the narrow waterway. About 100 years before World War II, Britain began building fortresses near the river mouth, and during World War I, they even built the Nab Tower in the water, which was a structure designed to prevent submarine attacks, similar to an outpost, and the armed towers designed by Maunsell are similar to it, but the latter was prefabricated and then transported to a suitable location for placement. Maunsell armed towers come in two forms. One is built on a platform supported by two large hollow concrete columns, called the Navy Fortress, because it is managed by the Royal Navy. This type of tower has a rectangular base of 51 by 27 meters, two concrete columns 18 meters high, with a diameter of 7.3 meters and a thickness of over 9 centimeters. The top is built with steel to form the platform, with a total weight of over 4,500 tons. The spacious platform of the Navy Fortress can be used to build rooms for command and accommodation, and can accommodate up to 100 stationed troops and corresponding supplies for several weeks. On the front and rear of the platform are equipped with a QF 3.75-inch anti-aircraft gun, with two 40mm Bofors anti-aircraft guns on the second deck, and an additional search radar. The Navy Fortress can serve as an anti-aircraft outpost, using radar or visual observation to detect the flight path and scale of enemy aircraft, serving as an early warning system, and can also launch attacks with its anti-aircraft guns. The fortress itself is stationed next to the waterway, and can also prevent enemy submarines and torpedo boats from attacking. The other type of armed tower is mainly made of steel and is called the Army Fortress. Each Army Fortress consists of 7 towers, supported by steel similar to some offshore drilling platforms, with a 2-story structure in each tower to provide barracks and warehouses for the stationed troops. The Army Fortress has one tower used as a command center, with 4 towers equipped with QF 3.75-inch anti-aircraft guns arranged in a semicircle around the command tower in the direction of the German attack. Behind the command tower, a tower is equipped with a 40mm Bofors anti-aircraft gun, and there is also a forward tower that is further away from the command tower, with a searchlight installed on top. Passageways are built between the towers to allow personnel and supplies to flow back and forth. Throughout World War II, Britain built multiple Navy/Army fortresses to protect important areas. In addition to the mouth of the Thames, Maunsell armed towers were also built near the coasts of Kent and Essex, and the construction plans for some places, such as the Humber River, were not completed. These armed towers did play a significant role during World War II. For example, the towers at the mouth of the Thames shot down 22 aircraft and about 30 V-1 flying bombs, playing a significant role in protecting the industrial area of London. These towers were abandoned in the 1950s, by which time they had lost their value. The fate of the retired Maunsell towers was not the same for all. Some collapsed due to erosion by seawater, some were dismantled, and some were used as bases for pirate radio stations. Pirate radio stations were unauthorized wireless broadcasts, which were related to the development of popular music in the West in the 1960s. At the time, the standard national coastline was not yet 12 miles, so some abandoned ships and Maunsell towers were in international waters, and broadcasting here was not only not illegal, but it allowed for the widespread broadcast of popular music that was not played on official broadcasts, and was greatly loved by young people. The most outrageous example is the Principality of Sealand, an unrecognized mini-country. In 1967, Paddy Roy Bates and his colleagues and family seized the Ruffs Tower from a group of pirate broadcasting companies. The tower was located near the Suffolk coast, 12 kilometers from the mainland, and was in international waters at the time. Bates then declared the Ruffs Tower independent, established the Principality of Sealand, and formulated a constitution, national flag, national anthem, currency, and passport. This unrecognized country even experienced mutinies, invasions by foreign enemies, and after its collapse, a so-called exile government was established, and the passports it issued facilitated international crime. In short, this was an influential nation.